Oh, hey, welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. Just enjoying some popcorn here and watching the shit show on DeHop situation for the last 2 weeks. And yeah, man, let's dive right into it. But before we do, guys, let's go ahead and play that intro.
This is PZ Music.
So what is going on, Bills Mafia? Tommy here from Mafia Sports Report. Listen, man, I thought it was going to happen. I did. I really did. And listen, it's not over yet. D-Hop hasn't signed anywhere yet. But I got to say, man, it is not looking good. And the one thing that D-Hop said a couple months ago was it wasn't about the money. He wants to go and play for a team with, a top quarterback, a team that has a good front office, that's stable, good ownership. And Von Miller even came out and said, man, I think he's talking about the Buffalo Bills. And yeah, I mean, it sounded like that to me and to a lot of people. But once again, man, we were fooled. We were tricked. And it's not looking to be the case for D-Hop now that he's a free agent. I kind of almost felt like that was maybe the case when the Cardinals were trying to trade him, right? Like he was trying to push them to to have them trade him to a Super Bowl contender team, right? Now that he's a free agent, oh well, hold on. And there's a couple things here. One, OBJ. OBJ kind of messed this up. I honestly believe that because OBJ got 15 million for the Ravens. I mean, to be honest with you guys, overpaid. Overpaid. The guy has not played in over a year, and he has not been healthy throughout really his career. 2 ACL surgeries. So I kind of understand where D-Hop's mindset is at, where he's like, hey, you know, this guy hasn't been healthy. He got paid 15 mil. Why can't I get paid 15 mil or more, right? And he might be looking at a 1-year deal somewhere for around that price, maybe more. Maybe a team's willing to give him 17. You never know. There's teams like Houston that want him to come back. There's teams like the Browns who are always willing to overpay for a player, right? So don't be shocked if he goes to the Browns, which been hearing a lot of rumors about the Browns lately. Listen, teams like the Chiefs, teams like the Bills are already backing away from the D-Hop situation because of the money. And I don't think D-Hop at this point is willing to negotiate a reasonable contract. I hate to say it. And listen, I'm not blaming Von Miller, but I will say this. Von Miller is constantly teasing Bills Mafia in a way about this guy coming here, he's coming here. You know what I mean? First it was OBJ, and if you guys remember, then it was Derrick Henry, right? A little teasing there, right? Then it was D-Hop now, right? And I'm not blaming Von Miller, so don't come at me like I'm blaming Von Miller for this. But just like, and one thing I do want to point out, Von Miller signed for a lot of money to play for the Buffalo Bills. Von Miller didn't come here on a cheap contract, right? So Von Miller has to understand where D-Hop's probably coming from as far as, hey, he's just going to go and get the bag, right? So Von Miller can't really say anything if D-Hop winds up going somewhere because let's be real here. Von Miller got a lot of money to play for the Buffalo Bills. And I don't think he would have came here if the Buffalo Bills didn't probably overpay a little bit. And I was totally okay with the Von Miller signing, so don't get on me about that. I'm still okay with it. But I don't know why Von Miller sometimes sees this as like, and especially when he wants to be a GM in the future, he has to understand how this game works, right? And how good GMs look at player personnel and say, okay, let's look at his age. Let's look at his injury, report, like his injury, as far as injuries go throughout his career, and let's look at our cap. Does this make sense? And Von Miller is just looking at it as almost like a fan, right? Where it's just like, hey, get the deal done, go get it done. And I almost feel like he's thinking like we're thinking, like, oh, hey, man, D-Hop will come here because we got, why wouldn't he? He has Josh Allen, right? He has me, his buddy, right? You know what I mean? He has the GM and Brandon Beane, the man, right? Good ownership, man. The Pagulas, man. Why wouldn't he come here? Well, he want to come here because Houston Texans may be offering him 18 mil, and we're probably offering him 9.5. I'm just saying. So, listen, guys, it's not over yet, right? D-Hop hasn't signed anywhere yet, but the way it's looking right now is there's a very, very slim chance this is going to happen for the Buffalo Bills. And once again, I told you guys a week ago when I did a video about D-Hop potentially coming here, and that was before he was released, that it would be very, very good for this offense. And I still think that. But if he didn't, I told you guys, I still have faith in this receiving room. I do. I think Stephon Diggs obviously is a top 5 receiver in my opinion. I think Gabe Davis can have a bounce back year and be that a good number 2, especially on a contract season. I know a lot of you guys disagree, but I don't. I think Khalil Shakir is a good receiver, a good young receiver who have a good sophomore season. I think Sherfield is a very good sneaky pickup by the Buffalo Bills. He had a good year last year with the Dolphins. Hardy is a good deep threat. There's guys, okay? And then you're talking about Dalton Kincaid, who's a receiver / tight end, right? Tight end / receiver, whatever you want to categorize as him. And then you got Dawson Knox still. So we have a decent receiving core. I don't fear that we're going to be like, oh, man, like nobody can catch the ball. Nobody can run the right routes. I think we have a good enough receiving core to, go deep in the playoffs, go to a Super Bowl, potentially win a Super Bowl. But with, if we did add D-Hop, obviously that would make this receiving core way better, right? And defenses would really have to game plan around the Buffalo Bills because then you're talking, Diggs, D-Hop, Gabe Davis, right? Sherfield, Kincaid, Knox, right? I'm just saying. Then the NFL defense, NFL defenses really have to knuckle down and figure out who they're going to guard, who they're going to double. It would be very difficult matchup with D-Hop on this team. But guys, once again, man, you guys can keep refreshing Twitter all day long. You guys could just sit back like me and enjoy this popcorn, right? And watch the million tweets, the million sources out there that D-Hop's going to the Browns. Now D-Hop's going to the Texans. Now D-Hop's going to the Chiefs, to the Cowboys, to this, to the. Listen, man, he's going to go where whoever pays him the most money. These are facts, guys. At this point, this is what I see. I could be wrong. But everything that I've read so far, and the fact that he hasn't signed yet, the fact that there has not been any noise in Buffalo Bills land about D-Hop meeting up with Brandon Beane, right? Nothing. It's been super quiet, right? It's not good, right? More than likely, Brandon Beane talked to his agent, which, by the way, D-Hop winded up signing an agent right after he was released. Come on. They're looking out for his best, looking out for his best, and they're just not going to settle for a low offer. Why would he go play for the Bills 9.5 when he can go play for, let's say the Browns offer him 15, 16. Of course he's gonna, he's gonna go. So his agent is out for his best interest, and they're not gonna let him settle. The only person that would would be DeHop, where DeHop would tell his agent, "Hey, I know it's less, but I really want to play for the Buffalo Bills because I think there's an opportunity here to win a Super Bowl." But I just feel like right now DeHop's looking at the OBJ thing, the OBJ signing to Baltimore, and he just feels probably he's worth the same or more on a deal, and he might get it. So I just listen at this point, guys. Brandon Beane is not going to pay that. He's not going to pay it for as much as you guys maybe want him to or don't want him to. I just feel like he's not, and I'm not saying move on and stop refreshing Twitter, but at this time, man, honestly, guys, just wait and for that update on ESPN to tell you D-Hop signed with whoever, right? And if he signs with the Bills, man, hey, dude, nobody will be happier than me. Nobody. But as of now, guys, I just don't see it happening. I'm sorry. Anyways, guys, tonight we go live at 8:30, Friday Night Lights with me and Mikey. So join us, and we'll be talking about this situation. I'm sure Mikey has his, his takes on it, his thoughts, or whatever. So join us 8:30. I appreciate you guys. I love you, Bills Mafia, and as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.